So here I am at the World Horror Convention in Toronto, Canada. There's my pass to prove it, because from the inside of a hotel room I could be anywhere. Also, other evidence is the goodie bag that they give you, and all the hundreds of books that I'll never read that's lying on the bed. So I got here yesterday and I met up with Bill Scheinman, who's the author of the novel Whitelight, upon which we wrote the screenplay for MindFlesh.
Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome, friend, étranger, stranger.
My name is Bill Scheinman, and I've been writing horror fiction for about 18 years. It's always a good thing to do, to go to a convention, because you never know what might happen and who you might meet. And you and I met at Phoenix, and actually your wife, Helen, kind of introduced you to me. And it was actually an amazing experience to be in Phoenix and to meet you. And you read something of mine online and liked my fiction.
That's right.
Online, and I told you I was writing a novel called Whitelight. You said, well, when the novel is done, please, I'd love to see a copy of it. And unfortunately, I made you ask me 3 times, which is exactly what the Buddha did. Whenever someone asked the Buddha to give a teaching, he would make them ask 3 times. And the 3rd time you asked the Buddha for a teaching, he would relent and give you the teaching. So I made you ask me 3 times to give you a copy of my novel, and I did, and you liked it, and
I loved it.
It's been really an amazing experience, just kind of working with you, in a sense almost a collaboration, kind of sending me scripts and asking for my feedback, and it's just felt very organic and very good and very creative, and I've loved your script. I love what you've done with the idea. Extremely excited. I'm dying to see what you've got up in the hotel room. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine what it's going to be like. But I'm very excited about it. So,
what was your, like when I first said I wanted to option Whitelight?
Right.
What were your thoughts about, actually effectively licensing the idea and giving it over to someone else?
My first reaction was total panic. Because I had no idea. I'd never been asked, to have some of my material optioned, and I just didn't know how to respond. And one of the things that I did was I went on to message boards and I says, well, how much should I charge? What's the proper rate? And people were saying things like, I actually had agents telling me, oh, you've got to ask at least 10% of the budget. That's what all the people do. They ask for 10% of the budget.
Everyone asks for 10%, whether you're a costume designer or a composer, they want 10%.
The thing is, if you're Stephen King's agent, you might be able to ask for 10% of the budget. But these were people who were telling me this were not Stephen King's agent. They were like small-time agents. They were going, oh, you've got to ask at least for 10%. And then I got onto the horror writer message boards, and the people were going, well, 1 or 2% is probably more reasonable. And but I did a little bit of research, and then your offer was in line with that, so I went for it.
Yeah,
so
okay,
there
cool.
we go. Yeah.
And what about? I was quite nervous when I sent the script, the first, because, I was very sort of worried about sending it in case you didn't like it or you thought that I'd missed important episodes out in the book or something like that. What did you think about? I know you've not seen the film yet, but just going on the script, what did you think about the areas where I'd focused on in the script compared to what's in the book, for example?
Well, it's kind of a tricky question, because first of all, I love the script. I thought you did a great job with the script, and I liked it right away. The first script being the London script.
Yeah, okay.
But part of that was I recognized the fact that there were a lot of subplots in Whitelight that you had to eliminate because you had a restriction. You're doing a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
Basically, a lot of the meat of the book had to be removed to accommodate that, to kind of do a straight line, to get the main themes down. So that I kind of understood. I was there was a part of me that was a little disappointed that we had to shoot in London. But of course, you're from London, and that's you're set up. You're set up to shoot in London. But the book is set in San Francisco, and it has San Francisco settings and San Francisco dialogue, and so all of that had to change. But I knew that going in. But it was kind of like, well, it would be great if we could have shot it in San Francisco.
Yeah.
But outside of that, once I let go of all of that, I just was delighted in the script and thought it was fantastic. And then, the script went through various permutations, a la Thailand.
Yeah, what about that? I mean, how did you, it was quite funny because
the thing is, every time the script went through a variation, it got more refined, and you came up with better ideas. So even though the Thai script, the shooting in Thailand didn't take place, the script became better because of it. And I think some of the changes, correct me if I'm wrong, some of the changes that you made in the Thai script were incorporated into the final London script. So every script I read I thought was really good and was kind of built on the success of the previous script.
Cool. It's now the moment of truth.
My expectations are tamped down, okay? I'm just
He's only got low expectations.
Just trying to chill out.
Right, more soon. It's all over. Bill's seen the film. What's the verdict, Bill?
I just don't know what to say, Robert. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I thought it was great, man. I think you really captured the spirit of the novel really beautifully.
Seriously?
Yeah, really, really. Considering the fact that the form of the novel and the form of a film are so different, and you really have to morph one into the other. And there's the economics of it and just the realities of filmmaking. I think you did a great job.
Oh, very good.
Very excited.
Thank
about
you.
it. I'm excited about seeing the special effects and all of that added on, but I just loved it. And I think it's, as I was saying as we were watching it, I think one of the great things about it is that you told the story with images, as opposed to a lot of dialogue. You told the story in pictures, and it was fantastic. It's very poetic.
Brilliant.
And in a way, it kind of reminds me of my book. Like it reminds me of the spirit of the book. So. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Good work, man.
Thank you, Bill.
Good work, man.